Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with the next part of my DPP Cup. Today I'm playing Groudon, and yeah, let me just load up my team. This is not the one I want to use for first game. I think it was Lurgar. Yep, this one. I'm expecting Metagross or Azelf lead. Dragonite's a good lead too, however, it does not OHKO me with anything. Not Banded Earthquake, nor does it KO me with, it shouldn't KO me with Banded Earthquake. I meant this Metagross a little bit less bulky than it should be, but it doesn't KO me with Fire Blast into Extreme Speed, because I am Aqua Berry. Meteor Mash does that, and to Bullet Punch should be able to kill with Life Orb if that's his set. Let's see, Choice of Ban. Earthquake does 88 to 104. It's still a roll, but it's in my favor. We'll take it. Have fun. We're just going to mash immediately. As that is definitely not banded. Why is it lagging so much? But thankfully, I do end up hitting my Meteor Mash, connecting at turn 1. So this Bullet Punch is a roll, but it is severely in my favor. And I'm definitely going for it. I don't care if he switches out or not. Dragonite's a threat to my my Tyranitar, my Kingdra, even my Infernape hitting it with Extreme Speed. So I'd much rather just go for Bullet Punch. Whether it be a double down or not, like if I don't get the roll, I'm okay with that. But if I am able to knock out Dragonite, that'd be great. Alternatively, what I could do is actually go for Earthquake here, expecting him to want to switch out to something like a Heat Rant. I don't really know too much about my opponent though, so while I kind of do want to make that play, I don't think I will make that play. I'm just gonna go right for Bullet Punch and not risk anything. I kind of wish my Meteor Mash got a higher roll though. And again, that is a high roll. Ooh, never mind. I'm good with my Meteor Mash damage. I really am. So he does go Shaman, which is an odd mid-ground. I guess it would have taken the any attack I wanted to go for. You cannot knock me out. Earth Power is the only attack you have that can knock me out. I'm going to go Gengar here, because Earth Power is literally the only attack he can go for to knock me out, as he goes for that Earth Power. Yep. Now, I don't know if he is... Is anybody else feeling this lag, or is it just me? Spectrum, what's going on? I don't know if he has Tyranitar in the back. I do see Shaman Dragonite. I don't know anything about the back. I do have HP Fire as well to threaten a potential Scizor. I feel like Shadow Ball is just relatively safe. Heat Ran could come out. It could be Scarf, but I'm thinking because it is mid-game Heat Ran, that'll be his rocker. Then again, I haven't seen much about his team. But I do want to say Metagross, this is DPP. You never know when that chip damage on Bullet Punch could be helpful. What would he go into though? Shaman's one of my favorite Pokemon in DPP. I love this mon so much. This is round 5, by the way. Once again, we got an extension because we couldn't play during the week. So even after this, you would probably get another one. It does sack the Dragonite, which is great. Don't have to worry about the Extreme Speed at all. I'm assuming Tyranitar, maybe Scizor is going to come out to revenge kill me. Let's see right now. He definitely had a game plan. If you sack that, maybe Offensive Starmie could be his option as well. Offensive Starmie is definitely a threat. I do have Rocks Jirachi in the back. That's something I want to keep in mind. And I never revealed HP Fire on this Gengar, I don't think. Well, I have recorded with this, so if you watch that, maybe he does know, but... But either way, like, I'm okay versus whatever comes in. The thing about using Gengar and Pokemon like Alexander and Gengar, you automatically put yourself in a position where you have to hit Focus Blast, especially in DPP, where Steels do resist Ghost. Steels do resist Ghost, so... Groudon taking a little while, but at least we know he's bringing a more offensive team, not playing like a Skarm, Clefable player who's taking forever. I'd much rather play, I mean, it's round 5 of the tournament, so it makes sense that you're thinking about your plays, but I don't know, for me, DPP just comes like that. I also apologize, by the way, because I'm so tired. Since we're this close, or this much into it, let me actually show you guys, but... Well, maybe I shouldn't show. I want to show you guys my shirt that I just went live for 7 years. If you guys want to pick it up, of course, you can. The link is down below. I'll actually put it right here real quick. He goes Jirachi, which leads me to believe that he could be Body Slam variant. It's kind of tough right here. Figure out, I think it's Stealth Rocker though, but if you guys want to pick up my 7 years clean shirt with the Latios head right there, you guys can. Link is down below, available till the 5th. But Jirachi comes out. I think I'm just going to trade Rocks with him. I'm assuming he's going to get up his own Rocks, and I want Rocks to pressure potentially an Infernape in the back. Ice Seed sub, so automatically I am assuming sub Body Slam Fire Punch. That is very fun. Oh, it's Subcom Mine. Wow. Subcom Mine, I have not seen that in forever. That's actually a pretty big threat. But not for Tyranitar. I am Choice Band Tyranitar with Rocks up. Not much is switching in on Crunch. It doesn't matter if you resist. Anything like Heat Rain that wants to come in, I'm already thinking turn ahead. Like Subcom Mine is really cool. Unless he's like Subcom Mine Iron Head Thunderbolt, I think we're good. It's usually Flash Cannon. Oh, excuse me, it's usually Psychic Thunderbolt though. But Santa's going to be nice for getting rid of that Shaman's leftovers, like negating the leftovers. I definitely did want Rocks up though. Pressure something like Starmie, pressure Infernape in the back. Anything that could be threatening for my Dragon Dance, Rain Dance, Kingdra. Even his own Tyranitar if it wants to come in. So if he brings out like a Tyranitar Heat Rain after, I know they're Rocks. But it goes for another Calm Mind. Unless he's sub Calm Mind Grass Knot, which is not a set, man. I mean, that doesn't mean he doesn't have to have it. Yeah, he's Thunderbolt. That does 28%. And we can get off this Bandit Crunch. I'm so happy he actually didn't paralyze me on the first one because that would actually give him a better chance of beating me. And we can just throw off a Bandit Crunch again. It doesn't matter if you resist it. This is Choice Band Tyranitar with the Crunch. Rachi's going to take half. It's neutral in this generation, like I said. Steel also resists Dark in this generation. Rachi's going to take half. Even Shaman won't appreciate this at all, especially after Rocks and with Sand. I expect his own Tyranitar or Heat Rain to come out. It's going to be something that can get up Rocks. Either that, maybe a Swampert. Swampert's a little bit slow, though, I feel. Swampert's definitely a little bit slow. And definitely keeping Gengar at bay is the best decision. So he brings out Tyranitar, which I'm assuming is a Stealth Rocker. I'm going to go route to my Metagross. At this point, I think that it did its job, and I can go out to Metagross and kind of just boom on whatever, or click Meteor Mash, rather. Yeah, he does set up those Stealth Rock. So unless he's running a ton of speed, I should be good to go here. Alternatively, I could go right for the boom, but I think I'm going to Meteor Mash and risk the speed. Because it does the most damage to Shaman. I have a ton of speed on my Metagross as well. I'm running 210 speed. That Crunch, we can actually see what that Crunch reveals. Tyranitar. That's a lot of speed, but Tyranitar. 33 to 39. That's hasty. Let me see Jolly. 29 to 35. So he could definitely be running speed based on that. Well, that would actually be better for my Jirachi. I think I'm going to Bullet Punch just to be safe because I'm assuming he has the Fire Blast. And I'd much rather get off damage for Jirachi or even Gengar to click Shadow Ball later. Yeah, and there's the Fire Blast, which I can actually eat. Yes, nice. So I'm able to eat that up. And what I can do is... do I want to make the safe play? No, Jirachi Revenge kills anyway. I think I'm going to boom here. Oh, it turns out I was faster anyway. I could have just Bullet Punched and knocked him out. Oh well. Because I do have Shuka Berry on my Jirachi, and the fact that Tyranitar is gone, Shadow Ball should be relatively free. Also, Jirachi threatens something like a Starmie that might want to come out because you have seen a lot of my team. Alternatively, Infernape is a really solid play, but Jirachi hits Starmie harder, as well as Shaman, which is why I'd much rather make that play. Jirachi hits Starmie with these super effective Modest, Grass Knot, and whatnot, doing some damage. I know Blunder's watching my battle, I'm pretty sure. There's the Flygon. So it's looking like I can potentially clean up a close combat. He took Rocks first, but I'm not any type of speed investment, so we're just going to throw off a Psychic here. Do as much damage as possible to Flygon, find out what set he is. I'm the Sugar Berry, like I said, so I can eat up his hit, get off a Psychic, do a lot, put him in range of close combat. Also find out, based on this damage, what set he is. If he does too much, then... Alright, so that's definitely Choice Scarf. That only did 22%, but that chip Stealth Rock damage is going to be really crucial for later. It's going to be very crucial for later. So Crunch is going to be really tough for my opponent to want to switch into, which is why I'm actually going to go for HP Fire here, expecting him just to go hard for the Thunderbolt, and I want to weaken Jirachi for my Tyranitar in the back. Also, if he goes right back out into Flygon, again, any damage, even resisted damage from Stealth Rock and HP Fire, will be enough for Infernape to knock it out with close combat. Let me just calc this real quick. Infernape. Oh, he picked the move? Yeah. He doubled up into Shaman, which is fair. Get off some chip. Beautiful chip damage. Good lord. That is so much damage. That's enough to make me want to stay in. And just click it again. Could also click Psychic here. It'll do a little bit less, but it should still be able to knock him out. Actually, HP Fire is still fine play. Again, I'm looking for a close combat sweep with Infernape. I want to know what his last is. It's definitely a fighting resist. So Seed Flare, Doesn't knock me out, obviously. I can knock him out with the HP Fire. Shaman's gone. Again, threats for my Tyranitar are all gone. There's a Starmie, as I figured was coming. And I can just go right for the Grass Knives. He does knock me out with the Hydro Pump. And I should be able to go right out into Kingdra, and I think just win. I think Kingdra just wins. So Rain Dance is first the best play. Rain Dance is the best play to guarantee that I do have the Swift Swim. That might be Specs offensive Starmie. I don't know. I saw no damage. It could also be Cobra Berry. Cobra Berry is another set. So I knew it would be a Fighting Resist. And again, that damage off on Flygon was really, really, really crucial. Really crucial. And I should be good versus Jirachi, assuming I don't get paralyzed. But he does go right for the Psychic here. And what I want to do is just go for Waterfall. I don't want him going out into Jirachi on a potential Draco Meteor. I'd much rather get off the damage I need on Starmie with the Waterfall. That way I can knock him out with U-turn later. And if he goes Jirachi, this does the most damage anyway. So I think in the long run, or the long term of things, going for Waterfall here is the better play. Doing the most damage, I'm adamant. It doesn't matter if you resist, you're going to take about 40-something%. I'll get off some damage, and as long as I have Tyranitar in versus Jirachi, I get a kill. So, like I said, I think Waterfall is still the best play. It punishes Jirachi if that wants to come in. It hits enough damage on Starmie to put it in range of Close Combat from Infernape in the late game. Or even U-turn, rather. That should be good. The fact that he is Psychic is a little bit, for me. But, again, oh, I get a crit, unfortunately, for him. As he can knock me out with the Psychic. And that crit is really bad, too, because I can now just go right out into my Infernape. And just click U-turn to knock him out. Rocks didn't let him come back in after, and I can just go right out into my Gengar here. Gengar can Shadow Ball Jirachi, and then I can just go right to Tyranitar and click Crunch. And it forces him to, it forces Jirachi to actually attack me as opposed to Calm Minding up. Or it forces Flygon to outrage me as opposed to doing anything else. And then Tyranitar should be able to win the game with Bandit Crunch or anything in the back. So either I'm going to win this game with, or assuming, you know, no bad hacks happens. Like, obviously I just got a crit right there, which is really bad for him. Again, I was just trying to go for, the crit hurt him because he couldn't switch out. But he does go Jirachi. Yep. And I can just go right for the Shadow Ball here. I am Scarf Ape with HP Ice, correct. I can just go right for the Shadow Ball here. Flygon does die to Bandit Crunch. Let me just confirm that before I click this Shadow Ball. I'm positive that Flygon does die to Bandit Crunch, though. There's just no way. It's a Flygon. Flygon, Choice Scarf. Yeah, Crunch is 88 to 103%. It's so my favorite, yeah. I think it just died. Yeah, so click Shadow Ball here as he doubles out into Flygon, which doesn't make a difference because he's either forced to click Outrage or not. I unfortunately get a crit. Sorry, man. That's the game. Yeah, I think he tried to prick me to double, but all I need to do is click Shadow Ball, then go out to Tyranitar and click it. Because I got off that Shadow Ball damage, he had to revenge kill me with Outrage. I'll go out to Infernape, click Close Combat a couple times versus Jirachi, and then click Crunch to win. So while I am sorry, I don't think it necessarily mattered as much. I kind of just want to bring the same team again. BKC told me that as long as you're comfy with a team, you can use it. So while he might know my team, and that might like bite me, or that might come back to me because I'm using it, I'm gonna challenge him again. Like it didn't. That crit on Flygon meant that he could. Well, he would have to outrage me anyway. That can go Infernape, kill it with Close Combat. That's all the damage I needed. Then Close Combat Jirachi and win. But it's still, if he did full para my Tyranitar to death, then I could still lose that game. Anyway, like I said, if you guys want to go ahead and check out the 7 years shirt, pretty, I thought it came out really awesome, by the way. Pedro did so well. You guys can. Elite Zapdos, I have Metagross. Explosion is the only play, always. Always. Are we going to see a Swampert? We see Skarmory. I don't mind that because I do have a Banditar in the back as well. As that's easily physically defensive. Jesus Christ, that did nothing. That did nothing. Holy crap. Alright, so I like Jirachi right here because I can get up my rocks. I only boom because Zapdos is such a huge threat to my team. I don't have an electric resist. So he was smart to switch out, but based on that damage, he's definitely physically defensive Skarmory. So he should go down here if he does opt to stay in. Also with rocks up, I'll be able to Stone Edge, spam Stone Edge, and crush everything with that. Of course, this is assuming that he doesn't go right back on his, to Zapdos there. So I'm under the impression he could be Specs. He does go Tyranitar. Nice. This could be his rocker. I kind of just want to weaken this thing with the Grass Knot. I don't know if he's banned or not himself, but I definitely want to weaken it with Grass Knot. Getting rid of Tyranitar and keeping Skarmory low is good for Dragon Dance Kingdra in the back. Getting rid of the Sand, the opposition, obviously. So we'll go right for this Grass Knot after getting up Rocks. He could be Rocks himself. That's definitely something he could be. But the fact that he brought it right in, I think he's just Spadef, maybe banned. Oh my god. I really am just hacking this poor man to death. And he was in range of Gengar anyway. Gengar's also looking like a massive threat with rocks up. That man cannot hit an attack to save his life versus me, and I'm critting. Oh, I feel bad, man. I don't like hacking, especially in a generation. Like, obviously it's a tournament, so I want to win, but I want to win based on skill. I don't want to hack my opponent. Especially from someone who's 100% been hacked in tournaments as well. I don't want that. I definitely don't. Even if DPP is like, I'm really passionate about DPP. I still don't want it. But missing that Fire Blast does suck. Let's see if he can land the next one. He does manage to land it nice. I don't really want to predict Zapdos because any damage on Zapdos is still good in the long run. So I'll just go for Grass Knot again. We can knock out his Tyranitar, so no Sand opposition to my Rain. Assuming he's going to go out to Zapdos now and click Thunderbolt. That's something that could happen. That could have been his rocker though, so we might have gotten rid of his rocker. Usually if you see Fire Blast on Tyranitar, it's Lure Tyranitar, so it would be Stealth Rock. A Starmie would be a little bit problematic, obviously, but again, just getting that early explosion off on Skarmory and keeping him low is nice. He should go Zapdos. I don't think there's much to think about here. Goes Ape. To click a fire move, or are you going to U-turn out of there? I'm just clicking Psychic. I ain't gonna predict crap. You're gonna click your fire move, that's fine. He's definitely clicking close combat. There's no way he doesn't. Should I calc Scarf close combat versus Jirachi? I don't remember the exact damage. It's been a while since I've had. Like, I usually only have Akaberry, Jirachi versus Ape. Custom set. Infernape. That's Life Orb. Should I risk my Gengar? I kind of want to risk Gengar, to be honest. Gengar lives every fire move outside of Flare Blitz anyway. I'm going to go Gengar. As he goes for U-turn. Alright, so I'm thinking he's Scarf. Is that Scarf damage? That's a 16%. And the great thing is he can't trap me with something like a Tyranitar, because that mon is gone. So, Gengar, Infernape. Yeah, that's either physically, that's 100% Bandit Ape. That is 100% Bandit Ape. Alright, so next Stealth Rock switch and it will die to Shadow Ball. Skarmory goes down to HP Fire, so I don't even have to risk clicking Focus Blast versus that. I'm assuming he has a Starmie in the back though, which is going to be coming out now. I'm guessing Groudon was answering, is this DPP Cup? I have the spectators ignored, so I don't want to do. Oh, I think he's, and then I think somebody said good luck. I'm just assuming, I could be wrong. Nidoqueen comes out, which is typically not a Gengar switching. You can only Ice Beam me and Protect stall with Sand, so I guess it could be a Gengar switching, but I don't know. I'm definitely Shadow Balling for massive damage. Getting rid of Nidoqueen is still really nice as well. Though being Shookaberry on Jirachi might be better. What I'm going to do is actually Shadow Ball and then go Jirachi and click Psychic. Because he would Protect after getting up Stealth Rock. And he has no Psychic switchings. So Nidoqueen right here would Protect after getting up Stealth Rock just to get a little bit of extra damage off on me. So that's why we're going to go Jirachi here. Also I live Earthquake. Ice Beam is also an option you can go for. But getting rid of Nidoqueen, also threatening Zapdos with a Psychic. It could be Scarf. It should be a Scarfmon in the back. Maybe a Rotom? But yeah, Nidoqueen should Protect here. is what I'm thinking. And Psychic threatens Zapdos for about 40%. It kills Infernape. It 2 KO Skarmory and it kills Nidoqueen. Doubles out in the Skarmory. Ooh. Do I care about hazards enough to click Psychic here? Do I care about hazards enough to click Psychic on the Skarmory is the question. Because I'm thinking about clicking Psychic, predicting an Infernape. He might think because I have Psychic Grass and I don't have an attack to hit you. I'm gonna go for HP Fire. Because it definitely knocks out Skarmory at 46%. Reveals the Starmie. Last Mon Starmie. Every damage on Starmie is important. Are you Life Orb though? No, he's Leftovers. Can you knock me out if you're Leftovers? You have to hit Hydro Pump if you're Leftovers to knock me out. And also if I had Thunderbolt there, I don't know how I feel about that play. I don't know how I feel about that. If I had Thunderbolt. I'm gonna start me with an 8 anyway. Either way, Jirachi did its job, got up Stealth Rock, so sacking is the correct play. And getting off any damage with Stealth Rock and whatnot on Skarmory is good. Looks like late game Kingdra can win, but it is problematic that Zapdos. He doubles out into Infernape. Ooh, making plays. I see you. I see you. Are you scouting for Tyranitar? So definitely Flare Blitz is his play here. 100% Flare Blitz is his play, but it's already confirmed Choice Band. Because even if it's Adamant, there's no way it's Scarf. Confirmed Choice Band based on the damage it did. It did 16% to Gengar, right? Yep, 16%. He goes for U-turn and gets a crit. A little bit unfortunate, but that's Pokemon though. Because I definitely lived that hit. I don't know why he's not going for a fire move. I definitely lived that though. Jirachi 100% lived that. And I would have been able to get off damage on anything really coming in. But my fire move is looking pretty good to sweep. If he goes Starmie, I will Pursuit Trap that. If he goes Skarmory, I will HP Fire that and knock it out. And knocking out Skarmory means his water resist is gone. And if he goes Zapdos, I'll just go Tyranitar and click Crunch. That's the correct play. 100% of the time because we are Choice Band. And Choice Band is a problem. That boy is a problem. Gotta be careful about Starmie though. But again, Starmie does give me my Tyranitar as a switch in. And I will always click Crunch. I think clicking Pursuit is better. I'm not sure. I think clicking Crunch versus Starmie is better. He does go Skarmory though, so it gives me my it does give me my Gengar as a switch in. Shadow Ball, it has to be Fizz Death Skarmory if it took that much from that little from Explosion early on. Metagross, so you lead. That boy is Fizz Death as hell. What type of... Okay, I was about to say, yeah, that boy is Fizz Death as hell. Which means Gengar. Shadow Ball does 33-39. Definitely not enough to warrant going for it. So we'll go right for the HP Fire. Not mess around with this Skarmory. The Infernape is in the back. And same thing with the Zapdos, which are all threats. But Flare Blitz is also looking really... Flamethrower, excuse me. Fire Blast. Wow, what am I trying to say? Fire Blast is looking really threatening. I just gotta play this endgame right. Gotta play this endgame right. Alright, well, part of playing this endgame right is going right for Explosion on Zapdos. As it turns out, it is Scarf Zapdos. Oh! I think Kingdra just wins. Yeah, Scarf Zapdos is a problem. But I just click Pursuit with Tyranitar. We kill Zapdos. So that way I can just... He can then go out to Infernape, obviously. Revenge kill me with close combat. I didn't even expect Scarf Zapdos. That's cool. That's really cool. But either way, it's now trapped. And his team is grounded and his team is Waterfall weak. Or even Outrage, rather. So I think I Rain Dance first and then just Outrage everything. Maybe Dragon Dance is the play. I need to kill Skarmory. I need to kill Nidoqueen. That way I can click close combat and kind of win. I'm surprised he kept U-turning out. If he didn't get the U-turn, I mean, I can't complain. I got a little bit lucky versus him. I dodged that Fire Blast, so obviously I wouldn't be in that position anyway. But if he didn't get that crit, oh, I would have been in some massive damage to him. Doesn't matter if he stays in or not. All I need to do is make sure that Zapdos is dead, whether before or after rocks. Yeah, that's all I gotta do. And then Ape should come out right now. And maybe U-turn? I don't know if U-turn is the play on Ape anymore. Because my own Ape is looking threatening. I am max special attack Fire Blast too. So with Blaze, I could potentially win. He could go Starmie here, but Starmie seems weird unless you have Surf. I think you go Ape and click U-turn, or close combat rather. Yep. You go Ape here. Do I read the U-turn and go Infernape though? That could be a choke. That's a choke if he goes for close combat. So this is the better play. He doesn't know if I'm Scarf though, so the Pursuit would do enough to Ape. I'm thinking about does my Kingdra live a hit from Starmie plus Ape is the question. So it goes right for that CC, which is smart. Yep, that's smart. I go out to my own Ape here. I know for a fact he's Choice Band, and I click Fire Blast because it hits Nidoqueen as well as Starmie. And I had to click Fire Blast here. If I had Flare Blitz, I'd go for it, but I have to click Fire Blast here because I have to hit the Nidoqueen upon switching, as well as 2-hit KO the Starmie. It also kills Ape at -1 defense, and if it switches out, it still kills Ape because I'm special attack invested. Nice Ape action here. If I was Banded Dragonite in the back, man, I just click Extreme Speed. That'd be the best. That'd actually be the best. I mean, he does know my last if he paid attention to the last game, but he went hard Starmie, so if I hit 2 Fire Blasts, I knock him out. We land the first one. And I think we just win if we hit 2 Fire Blasts as well. Do we land the second? Even if we don't, it does give me Kingdra. Yeah, even if we don't, it does give me Kingdra. I'm surprised he went hard Starmie there. We do manage to land. Nice. Ape is so fun in DPP. I love this mod. Ape is so fun in DPP. Nidoqueen takes a ton, doesn't it? 42%. Let me just check something. Infernape. Custom set. Infernape. Choice Band Mach Punch. Mach Punch does 37 to 45%. After Stealth, the best play is going around to my Kingdra. Yeah, and because I can win the game with close combat. Going hard Kingdra. I eat this up. Adamant Kingdra should be able to knock out Nidoqueen as well. Kingdra. Nidoqueen. 48 to 56. Yep. A Protect could be annoying though. If he protects, I go for Rain Dance though the next turn. That's even if he even has Protect. Otherwise, this is a huge roll in my favor. And even if I get Poison Point, my Kingdra should be able to live a Mach Punch from Infernape. Though a crit from Infernape would kill. Let's see if it's Choice Band. Mach Punch. Mach Punch. 20 to 33, that does nothing. Ah, oh, good game. I killed it. What? He just forfeited. He didn't even let me get the satisfaction of the last kill. But yeah, we ended up winning 2-0 in round 5. I definitely got lucky in both games, dodging Fire Blast here. And in the last game, I got lucky with a few crits. But we're in round 6 now of the DPP Cup. I hope you guys did all enjoy, though. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, do your thing. You can also check out my merchandise. It will be available till June 5th, just to commemorate 7 years on YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.